Hello. Today's video is going to be a little bit different because I am filming from my laptop, so please excuse the audio. We're doing the best with what we've got. If you're anything like me at this stage in my life, you have done one of three things or maybe all of the above. You've started running or you've joined a running club, have bought or are renovating a house, or you're doing quizzes on the internet on a daily basis because that's the only thing that gives you meaning in your life anymore. So I thought what would be fun is if I did all of the quizzes that I usually would do on a daily basis with you guys. At the end, I'm gonna tell you guys about some other quizzes that you can do as well, compiled from a few different places on the internet. But if you find that you've got some spare time in your life and you want to do something to challenge your brain, these are actually really fun to do, and it's a really good thing to look forward to every single day. So without further ado, let's get into it. So the first one that we're going to do is the mini crossword. It's on the New York Times and it's free for anyone to play. It gets refreshed every single day, but if you are in Australia, Melbourne, generally you have to wait until after lunchtime. So like 1 o'clock, sometimes 2 o'clock is when it gets updated every day. I normally do these with my partner. I'm going to do full disclaimer. So I don't know how well I'm going to fare by myself, but I'm going to do my best and I'm going to post all of my scores at the end. And I'm also going to compare with my partner. I'm really nervous. It's even, oh God, immediately it is bad. Las Vegas thoroughfare, the strip. Valuable substance in the world of doom. Spice. Oh, Jesus. Mark Jacobs. Coming back. High schooler. Junior, sophomore, senior. Whirl of water. Whirlpool. Why does it look like this with the circles? It doesn't normally. Oh God. Suffix with priest. S. Neighboring city of I don't know. Put a cost on prices. Scratched or a coin with small change. Nickel. Garden flower or coin with small change. Peony. Peony. ESPN. Mark. I don't know. Okay, one of these is wrong. But it is the strip. STP. There's no way there's a word that starts with STP. Oh, saint. Saint. So I have to go this way. Peony might be with an I. If it's an I, what is a whirl of water? Fashion designer. Echo? I'm not certain. This is really bad, guys. I'm basically stuck. Saint. Pine? Nickel. Oh, it's a penny. That's even worse. Like it sounds like it, right? So it must be a peony. I might have to give up. God, I don't want to give up. I'm just not worldly enough to know what the neighboring city of Tampa is. I can't. I'm not getting anywhere with this. It's just genuinely not gonna come to me. I'm gonna put the check on. Oh, here we go. Okay. Nick. Scratched or a coin with small change. Is it not a nickel? Nicked. Peony. Oh, it's an eddy. High schooler. Teen. Ha. St. Pete? I did have to cheat a little bit. Very bad. That was... Alright, we're gonna play everyone's favorites, Connections. If you don't know this one, you've been living under a rock because literally everyone has been playing it and complaining about it. Basically, you get presented with a 4x4 and there's 4 sets of connecting themes and you have to put them in order. And there's levels of difficulty that range from easy to hard. Okay. Are these neutral colors? Camel. These are all neutral colors. I hope cheese isn't technically counted as a neutral color. Color blowout. Oh, I was gonna say one of these is a haircut related, but I'm not certain which one. Okay, I'm not gonna take a risk. We're gonna come back. Skip, miss, ditch. Cut is to not go to something. So the haircut was a red herring. There's always a red herring in this. What is route? And why is it spelled like that? Root? Yeah. Hamster is really weird. Hamster. What do hamsters do? A romp, it's kind of like a tussle, isn't it? So maybe it's romp blowout. But then what did the rest have in common? I really don't know. This is really hard. I want to say it's like, these are things that come in a variety. But what do the rest have to do with anything? Should I just YOLO it? I have 4 guesses still. It'll tell me at least if I'm 1 away. I feel like it's a worthy use of trying to get a clue. Because if I get a 1 away, I can try and figure out which of the remaining 1 is left. If I don't get a 1 away, that means I have 2 in each category. Oh! I mean, I didn't get why it was together, but I got it. Oh, okay. I wouldn't have gotten Prayer Wheel though. So now I have to guess why the last 4 are together. Is it just like fights? I'm gonna guess fights. Decisive victory. I have never heard of these used to mean decisive. Maybe sweep. Okay, sure, connections. You do you. Next, we're gonna do Framed. So Framed is essentially a game where they give you 1 screen cap from a movie and you try and guess what movie it was. And with every successive guess that you're incorrect, they'll give you another screen cap and it gets increasingly easier. What is Flynn doing? Insiders reveal Encom CEO. Is this like, it looks like an intro. Is it like a news related film? All I can think of is The Big Short and The Morning Show, which isn't really a movie. What was the one with Jennifer Aniston and Reese Witherspoon where they like do an expose? Let's do The Big Short first. It looks kind of old. Oh, it looks really old. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of Tron. I think it's Tron. Fuck, is it Tron Legacy? Is Tron Legacy the recent one? They don't have years on this. I think it's Tron Legacy. I haven't seen Tron in ages. I would have gotten it on this one. This one's pretty obvious. These are the other pictures that you would have gotten if you continued to guess. This one also is pretty iconic. Definitely at this one. You've seen Tron anywhere in time, you will know this. And then this is a very iconic scene as well. The next quiz is one called Cinenerdle. So basically it's, again, a movie. They give you what genre it is and you get it bisected, or I guess 9-sected into different squares, and you get to reveal 1 square at a time. And so you see the screenshot, but like pieces at a time. And this also has a weekly theme. So I'm gonna try to guess the weekly theme today. I'm gonna pick a random square. I'm gonna do this one. Oh God, it's a comedy. It looks fairly new. I wanna say it's like Jack and Jill, or like, okay, that's actually, I don't think that's Jack and Jill. I feel like it's an Adam Sandler movie. It's someone at a party. It looks like a Christmas party. Like, that looks like Christmas decorations, doesn't it? So it's a Christmas comedy. A Christmas comedy where there's a lady and looks like they're at a pier. I need a face. I'm gonna guess the Adam Sandler movie. I'm gonna say Meet the Fockers 2. They don't have the second one. I don't think it's a 2004 movie though. It's not The Holiday, is it? No, that's in the winter. No, you know what? If I make a guess, it's gonna show me this corner, but you know what? That might be a face. I'm gonna guess it. It's not it. Okay, I really need a face. I don't think I've seen this movie. This doesn't ring a bell. 2 people with a bird. I'm gonna need a face. I don't think I've seen this movie. Oh my God, it is Jack and Jill. I could have gotten it first and it would have been so impressive. Okay, so these were the movies from this week. So Monday was Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, etc., etc. So all of these movies have something in common. Last week's, they were all 80s remakes. Now I'm gonna try and guess what these all have in common. I genuinely don't know what these have in common. We originally were thinking like mobster, mafia, but I don't think there's a mobster or mafia in Jack and Jill. Sometimes it's like actors in common, sometimes it's awards that they've won, sometimes it's the characters that are in the movie, but I genuinely don't know what it could be. I'm gonna say family. It's really broad, but I generally don't have anything to go off of. Oh, it's Al Pacino. Al Pacino's in this one? I see it. Okay, I see it. Fair enough. The next one we're doing is called Posterdle. It's basically a movie poster and they unpixelate it very slowly for you, and however many seconds it takes you to guess it is your score. The only thing I will say is they don't always use the actual movie posters of the movie. They use just like random, I don't know, like B-side posters that they find of the movie. Like rarely is it actually the actual poster for the movie, so it can make it a little bit difficult, but I will do my best. I'm stopping because it's red, there's a person. I know it isn't, but it's giving How to Train Your Dragon. So I'm gonna just get it out of the way. It is not How to Train Your Dragon. Here we go. It's not Wreck-It Ralph, is it? They don't have the second one. Nope. Is it a really old movie? It's not Die Hard, is it? What's a Good Day to Die Hard? Is that the second one? Nope. Is that Arnold Schwarzenegger? Predator! Oh, of course. It is Arnold Schwarzenegger. Well, that's post-turtle. 15 seconds. Not really that good for guesses, but this is a fun one if you feel like you're very familiar with movie posters. This one is really interesting. So it's called Moviedle, and you basically get to watch the entire movie in 1 second, and then 2 seconds, and so on and so forth. So they essentially, it's like a really quick flash of the movie, and you have to try and like recognize scenes that you get like a millisecond glimpse of. It's actually really fun if you've seen it ages ago and you're just like, maybe this? We'll see how I go. Here we go. Oh, the animated ones are always really easy. I think it's Anastasia. I've never seen Anastasia actually, but it's just such an iconic movie. You see it all the time. Well done. That's not bad. The last thing that I'll do is lyrical. RIP to Hurdle, which was the forefather of lyrical, but Hurdle got bought by Spotify, so this is the best that we get. Basically, they give you the first lyrics of a song, so on and so forth. And if you really get stuck, you can play the hint, which is like the first whatever many seconds of the song. I don't recognize this lyric. What about sun? What about sunrise? What about rain? What about all the things that you said we were to gain? I feel like I've heard this before, but I don't recognize it. What about all the things that you said was yours? I actually don't think. I feel like it's like a country song or something. I'm gonna have to play it. Well, that's not very helpful. I don't know it. If I've never heard the song before, I won't be able to guess it. This one I'm gonna have to concede. I can't play it on this video, but go look up the song. Oh, didn't even play the whole song, just played the intro. Well, anyway. Now, as promised, I will also take you through a collection of other quizzes that you can do because I understand the ones that I did are a little more movie and film focused. The first is called Episode. It's essentially the same as Framed, except it's for TV shows instead of movies. So you get 10 frames of a TV show from across the seasons, and you get 10 guesses essentially for which TV show it might be. This is once a week, so you will get this on the Monday, and then it will refresh the following Monday. If you're interested in other word puzzles, the New York Times has a collection of other quizzes that you can also look at, including the infamous Wordle. If you are playing any other Wordle clones at the moment, I do believe the New York Times are suing them, and so they might be disappearing soon. But if you are interested in checking out any of the other games that they have, including Sudoku, that is all on the New York Times website. If you want to wear, and I'm assuming this is a lot of you because I did not know this, but the Merriam-Webster website actually has a lot of quiz/crossword games as well. So they have Quordle and Octurtle, which is essentially multiples of Wordle. So Quordle, you do 4 Wordles at exactly the same time. So you put in one word and it goes into all 4 areas, and you have to guess essentially 4 times as many Wordles every day. And Octurtle is the same, but 8. So it gets a little hectic, but if that is what your caliber is, I highly recommend. And the other one that I do like doing is the missing letter crossword, which is essentially the same as the New York Times crossword in that it's a really, really big crossword, but where the circles are, those should all include different letters of the alphabet, and at the end there should be 1 letter missing, hence the missing letter. So all of those are really fun if you want to check them out as well. If you want something a little bit more obscure, Semantle is an interesting one. It's following in the footsteps of Wordle, but instead of giving you the word and the letters in it, you're guessing based on its meaning. So this one's really, really tricky. If you're new to it, I personally have never succeeded at it, but essentially you put in a word and it will tell you how close the meaning of that word is to the meaning of the word that it had chosen for the day. For the STEM girls and boys, worry not, there are also Wordle-esque quizzes out there for you. The one that I have is called Numble, which is one giant calculator, and they will give you a number which you have to try and create using the numbers and the order of operations that you are given here. It's a lot of fun if you are mathematically inclined. But T, my interests are so niche. Why isn't there a Wordle out there for me? Trust me, if you can dream it, there is probably a Wordle clone out there for it. For example, Pokédoll. They have 4 different types of games, and they range from guess that Pokemon, which is not Pikachu, to zoomed in and going straight off the description. I have also seen on the web things like where you listen to the sound of the call of the Pokemon and try and guess it. Another one for the geography folks is Worldle. So this one comes from Vince. Thank you, Vince. But for this one, you essentially guess what country it is based on a silhouette of that country. The last example is Chessel. So this one, you guess the chess opening based on the moves. So really, when I say there is a doll out there for everybody, there really most possibly is. Give this a go, and I hope you have fun. All that being said, I hope this was an entertaining watch for you. I hope you introduce some more puzzles into your life on a daily basis. And I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye! I have a feeling he's gonna do much better than me, but you never know, you never know. Hopefully this is a good day for me and I do really well in all of these quizzes. Okay, we're gonna get into it.